How's it going, champions and friends from all over the world? Today we're in Sir Nevermore's account, and we have a couple of things to do. Oh. Sir Nevermore came with instructions, and oh how I love when you come to me prepared. Sir Nevermore allowed us to relish in pulling his Titus fusion today. We're also going all in on sacreds, given that we have two to work with. We work with what we have. And I know that it is indeed possible to hit a legendary champion within 2 sacred shards if we get lucky. Today might be the day. And we got Empress to summon. All of that grind, it's not purposeless. We have a champion chase that is active. And we are, whoa, that is a lot of points. That is a lot of points that you have to make for the Titus Perfect Soul. It's quite unfair for endgamers. That's a lot of points that you have to make. So let's see if we come close, if we manage to push you up the ladder, and if we manage to get you some relic materials, legendary skill tomes, etc. Don't forget to use my promo link to get yourself a free legendary Raphma tab, as well as the epics Takeover, Ugo, and Lady Quillen as you level up. Here's how to do it. Log out of Plarium Play on PC and uninstall. Click the link in the description and register with a brand new email. Launch raid and complete the tutorial. Go to your inbox and claim your first champ. And that is all you have to do to get your free legendary Raphma tab, as well as Takeover, Ugo, and Lady Quillen as you level up in progress. So don't miss out and click on my link right now. Without further ado, we're first gonna go ahead and fuse Titus Black Plume. And man, while this might not be your first nor last fusion, it sure still feels just as satisfying. Let's go ahead, and you have just enough cash for us to fuse Titus Black Plume, and there you have it. Congratulations on your Titus! Let's give the people a little refresher on what we just pulled. Chance of placing a block active skills on a single enemy cannot be resisted if this champion is under a shield, which we will find out later on that he does bring, and so much more. Whenever an ally counterattacks, he teams up with allies to attack or instantly activates a skill. Also has a 40% chance of placing a block active skills for 2 turns on the target enemy. If there are multiple champions on the team with the skill, only one will activate. Student of War attacks one enemy. This attack is always critical if this champion is under a shield. This attack also gains a damage boost equal to the value of the shield. He removes all debuffs from all allies if the target is killed, and if the target survives, he's gonna place a provoke on all enemies for 1 turn instead. This effect cannot be resisted if this champion is under a shield. Androx Confident places a 50% ally protection, 50% increased attack, and a 30% increased speed on a single ally for 2 turns. Also fill that ally's turn meter by 40%. Instantly activate this skill at the end of an ally's turn if that ally has no buffs and their HP is lower than 100%. If there are multiple champions on the team with the skill, only one will activate. For Lord and Land, each time an enemy hits an ally, that ally's next attack will deal 10% more damage for each hit they take. That stacks up to 100. The damage increase resets after that ally deals damage. And now on to our second order of business. The ever so exciting milestone. The fruit of your chimera labor, Empress, the anomaly. That is so exciting. I'm so stoked for you. Empress is such a good champion in both of his forms. That is 1,000 tournament points. Damn. Check this out, man. Let's see them in the account. That would bring... Whoa! You are stacked. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is a true endgamer in front of her very own eyes. This is definitely very, very endgame. Here is your Empress. Empress the anomaly. Let's do him justice, show him the alternate form. Oh man, such good design. We see the Chimera's eye here. This form is an HP form, and this form is a support. Do we know what Empress does? Do we need a refresher? He's the one who brings the necrosis stack, you guys. And I don't think that it can be removed. He also removes Stone Skin, replaces them with True Fear. Block debuffs will be replaced with block buffs. Any positive buffs that your champion has, he's gonna remove them and mirror them with the equivalent bad debuff. He also steals 5% of each target's turn meter for each buff that he managed to convert, and decreases the turn meter of all enemies by 20%. Oh, the necrosis can only be removed by reviving dead allies. I thought that you can't remove it, but you can by reviving dead allies. And at the start of Empress's turn, he's gonna activate any necrosis attacks on the enemies. He also comes with the True Fear here and the Strong Decrease attack that cannot be resisted if your enemies have necrosis. And in his HP form, he places a block revive, so your champions cannot get rid of the necrosis stack. His damage is based off HP and accuracy. Deals double damage to enemies with lower accuracy than this champion's accuracy on his A2. He's also gonna ignore 50% of each enemy's defense whose accuracy is equal to or higher than this champion's accuracy. My trinket fell. Can you stop falling? On his A3, swaps HP with an enemy. If the target is the boss, he's gonna fully restore this champion's destroyed max HP and fully heal him instead. Each time this skill is used, he's gonna increase his ignore defense effect by 10% while in his alternate form. That stacks up to 50% and then grants an extra turn. It's crazy stuff. It's crazy stuff. When he dies, if he does, because he can also revive on death with an active effect for 5 turns if he's about to get hit by a fatal blow. But the passive effect is when this champion dies, he reflects damage equal to 50% of the fatal hit back to the attacker, including any surplus damage. Whenever an enemy is killed, he places 1 necrosis stack on all other enemies. Like his first form, you don't have to worry that the necrosis won't stack when you switch him around. Enough said. That's all, folks. Empress is such a good champion, it takes forever to get him. But with consistency in Chimera, you can get to fuse him too. He's completely free. Now let's get on to pulling these 2 beautiful sacred shards. And then we're gonna fill up the rest of the points with ancients. Even though we might not hit anything there. But who knows? Now the 2x on the legendaries. Let's focus. And I'm gonna start pulling. Number 1. Come on, baby. Whatever you may be. That is an epic, that is a Bone Keeper. A 50-50 on placing a strong decreased defense for 2 turns if she crits. Her A2 deals 50% extra crit damage, this should smack. A3 attacks one enemy, plays an extra hit if this attack crits, and fills the turn meter of all allies by 15% if she kills an enemy with this skill. Let's pull the last sacred shard. Let's see what we get from here. Okay, that's a Skinwalker, a Narox Blackhorn. Wait! Wasn't that also a fusible champion some time ago? These pulls are very fusion themed. Double hitter with the chance of placing a speed, ally protection, counter attack on himself, ally protection on all other allies for 2 turns on a 4-turn cooldown. AoE provoke. This debuff cannot be resisted if this champion's defense is lower than the target's, and a 30% reflect damage buff on all allies for 2 turns. This is a very Hydra-y skill. Loaded Pariah. Whenever an enemy attacks an ally under an ally protection buff, has a 50% chance of placing a provoke on the attacker for 1 turn. Yeah, you can use this guy in Hydra as a head of mischief provoker. Those were the sacreds, man. We didn't hit any legendaries, but it is what it is. It's the rules of the game. Let's first see how many points we made. We're over 3,000. Okay, we're sitting at 4,000. And if you were in my group, you would have won the Titus Black Plume Soul right now. But you're faced with endgamers. And such is the game. Let's pull the 30 ancient shards, see what we get from here, and check out the account that we're pulling for, cause there are some juicy champions that I want to give a spin. We get Miscreated Monster here, who is a very good epic. Double hitter with a chance of placing a stun. Strong chance of placing a decreased defense to 50. When you book it out, it's still a 50-50. If the stun lands, A2 attacks all enemies with the chance of placing a stun and a shield on all allies for 3 turns, equal to 25% of the damage he inflicted. A3 places a 50% ally protection on all allies except himself for 3 turns. For 3 whole turns, heals this champion by 50% of his max HP, and when ascended, he's gonna place a continuous heal on himself for 3 turns. The cool thing about Miscreated Monster, and you're seeing it now, that all of the buffs, everything that he does, the shield, they last for a whole 3 turns. This skill, it's alive, it's on a 4-turn cooldown, so you're only gonna have 1 turn that you are uncovered by ally protection. And this shield is forever, because you will take down this skill to a 3-turn cooldown, and the shield lasts until you have the skill ready to be used again. Spooky Groan. Whenever an ally is attacked under an ally protection, he's gonna place a fear debuff on the attacker for a turn. Voila! Do you not have space? Is that what the problem is? Yeah, we're gonna clean up some space and I'll be right back. I'm gonna chuck these in the reserve vault. That should be just about enough space to open the rest. Bam! 333. What if we hit a legendary now? Outside of a 2x? I don't think this has ever happened to me. Except when there was a 1+1, but then we also had a 2x. And that's gonna be another 100 points. And then we have one more ancient shard to pull. And that is that. Whatever point we've made, we've made. Hello, hello, hello. Just blues as expected. Gnarlhorn, one of the best rare champions in the game. And our last ancient shard, let's rip it. Show me what you got. Yep, Blood Painter, nothing extraordinary here. Check the points. The points are 4,673. Sir Nevermore, you're sitting at 3rd spot right now. Does that satisfy you? I really hope so. At the very least, you got Titus Blackplume, even if you didn't get his soul, because the person you're matched up with was so much more prepared. You still get Titus, and let's appreciate him. Titus Blackplume, guys. This was the highlight of today's, well, not pulling session, but more so. That is the highlight of today's labor. That is it. Now, if you don't mind me, you have your mod, and you have her with Theodore, what was her name? Theodosia? Theodosia. Yeah, I was right. I was so close. You're running a very interesting team here, and I want to see what is up. I want to check out your mod. Lady Mikage, this is a splendid team. Let's see how it runs. But you got mod, and I wonder how many fragments, how many everything it took for you to do this. I'm gonna turn on your 2x, man. I think with twice the speed. I move with twice the speed. I need to see it quick. Let's see Theodosia. Oh, wow. Irresistible block buffs and decreased defense. That's... Whoa! Check this out. Check this out. Oh, and now she's gonna turn. And let's see how we handle... Whoa! 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 Whoa, that was a 3-shot! That was nuts! Mod didn't really do much here. She healed a bunch, but here's your accuracy demon spawn banner. Whoa! That was insanity. Such a good team. Let me see how these champions are built out. Mikage, that's a lot of attack. A lot of crit damage. Sheesh, man. Lamasu for reference, because I have mine and I'm trying to build her out too. Well, that's a lot of HP. Bunch of defense. Speed. As much as my Arbiter sits at, I might have to switch around some gear. A lot of resistance and a lot of accuracy. Checks out. Checks out. Let me find your mod. Your Theodosia too. That's insane. She was quite fast. Look at the speed on that thing. 362, brother. Theodosia is... God damn. That is a strong build, homie. That was the nuker that we used in the team. 308 crit damage on 5,000 attack. That is crazy. Crazy. How did you get that crit damage, man? You have 40 here. Just the gauntlet. Wow, that's triple crit rate here. Double crit rate here. Here you have a rolling crit damage. How the hell did you manage that? The Malefic Talon also adds some crit damage. Yes, yes, yes. Checks out, man. What a build. You have a Thor, and that's a personal shout out. Yo! The crit damage on him! 353% on 5,821 attack. Son, I want to test out your Thor somewhere. Do you use him in Spider? That's a 2 cold hearts. You have a team for Spider. Let me check out your teams then. Hard Den and New Dragon. Ah, Spider Hard, eh? Do we have energy for that? In a little bit. Stage 10? Oh, I need to see this. Okay, let's try stage 10. This is Spider. We have Hard Den here. I'm assuming that's the correct one, right? And I just want to give it a little spin. Give it a little spin. Lickety split. Spider was quicker. Are we... hold up. Is this right? Whoa. Whoa. Check that out. Whoa. Whoa. Well, that is a turntable for sure. That is so much damage. Oh my god, and the heals. Oh my god. Oh, wow. You're melting that thing away. What a beautiful synergy. For a moment there, I got so scared that we're gonna get hit. But here, that was instantaneous. That takes you less than a minute to do. That was pleasure. That was pleasure for me to see. Congratulations on your grind, man. Congratulations on your progress. You've accomplished a lot. And while we couldn't hit you any Legos today, we were here for a very, very big milestone. And that was collecting your Empress and collecting your fusion. Here's your Titus Black Plume. I hope you enjoy him so much. I hope he brings you some excitement. And if you guys want me to pull your shards, you know the drill. Just hit up my Discord a couple of days in advance so I can fit you in my schedule. Unless I'm somewhere away or on vacation, I'll always try to reply to you in a timely manner. Thanks for watching. Catch you guys again in the next one. Bye!